The NBA right now is allowing anybody to come back. We've seen players such as Isaiah Thomas make a big time return. That was huge for NBA fans. We also saw the return of Stephenson. Lance is currently playing for the Atlanta Hawks. And we also saw the return of ISO Joe Johnson. He's playing for the Boston Celtics. Joe Johnson is 40 years old. Right now, it seems like anything is possible in the NBA when it comes to seeing former NBA players return. NBA veterans, fan favorite former players, and I'm telling you this, it could be anybody. With so many NBA players right now dropping like flies due to the new NBA rules of COVID protocols, a lot of NBA teams are undermanned, and day by day, as teams need more players to sign on a 10-day hardship deal, expect some of our old favorite NBA players to come back and of course be present temporarily in the NBA that of course could make the NBA better than it already is. For this video, we're going to be talking about some former NBA players that I believe could make a potential return to the NBA. And I believe if these players come back, NBA fans everywhere will be super excited to see them once again. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every day. This video is a very special one because we're going to be bringing back names of former NBA faves. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos just like this. If you watched this video, you love the idea, I want you to smash that thumbs up button right now. It would really help the channel a lot. Trust me, a single like goes a long way. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about some NBA players we would love to see come back. The first player on this list is Jeremy Lin, and Jeremy Lin is my personal favorite on a potential NBA comeback. Ever since the amazing Linsanity, we have not seen Jeremy Lin in the NBA ever since 2016, and ever since then, Jeremy Lin has been trying to get back to the NBA, as I still believe he has a lot to offer. During this past offseason, Jeremy Lin actually played for the Santa Cruz Warriors on their G League team, and actually averaged about 19 points per game, 6 assists, and we all thought he would have came back to the NBA. Of course, at the end of the day, the Warriors didn't bring Jeremy Lin, and even though right now they're playing so well, they don't need Jeremy, but we want to see him back somehow, because I do believe with him still being young, he has a lot to offer. Jeremy Lin says this on May 18th, "For months I saw others get contracts, chances, opportunities. I told myself, I just need one 10-day contract, one chance to get back on the floor, and I would blow it out of the water. For all that's how my entire career started, off one chance to prove myself. For reasons I'll never fully know, that chance never materialized, but I proved I'm better than ever and an NBA player." As of right now, though, Jeremy Lin is playing for the Beijing Ducks in China, but of course, I do believe if one day the NBA, the Warriors give him a ring, he's coming straight to America, straight back to the NBA, as he just said, to prove himself. Next up, we're going to be talking about J.R. Smith, J.R. Swish, fan favorite, LeBron James teammate, and of course, somebody we would love to see back because of his energy and what he brings to the league. J.R. Smith is known in the NBA on being a pure shooter, a streaky scorer, but also a fun player to watch in general. And the last time we saw J.R. Smith was when the Lakers won the NBA championship in 2020. J.R. Smith played 16 years in the NBA. He himself has been very vocal on saying he wants to come back to the NBA. And after seeing so many former NBA players return, he tweeted something that of course indicates he has super interest. J.R. Smith tweeted this: "So since we just given out 10 days to see who wants to play, I'm still willing and want to play basketball. My phone number hasn't changed." From what it looks like, nobody has called J.R. Smith for a potential return, but sooner or later, as NBA players continue to get into protocols, I wouldn't be surprised if J.R. Smith returns, even if it's not on the Lakers, somewhere in the league, to bring his veteran leadership and experience. As of right now, J.R. Smith is spending time in college and of course doing very well there, so maybe he might not return to stay focused on his education, but if the NBA calls you, I do believe it's never out of the question. Next up, we're going to be talking about Jamal Crawford, aka Mr. and One, Crossover Crawford, or if anything, one of the best six men in NBA history. Throughout Jamal Crawford's career, he was in the NBA for 20 seasons, won 3-time Sixth Man of the Year awards, played more than 1,300 games, averaged about 15 points, and the last time we saw him was in 2020 when he played for the Brooklyn Nets. Jamal Crawford was known to playing in multiple franchises, but I would say mostly known for his crossovers, his ball handling, and of course his scoring ability off the bench. With Jamal Crawford right now being 41 years old, it's hard to see him come back, but if the NBA would give Joe Johnson a chance, I don't see why Jamal Crawford cannot be in the same picture, as right now, he's still in shape, and he says he's willing to come back, of course, at the right time, and of course the right team that will take his leadership and experience. Jamal Crawford is very involved in the NBA, being a part of many podcasts, interviews, and of course helping other NBA players, but a return of a 10-day contract would make the NBA fans go crazy, especially the older generation ones. Next up, we're going to be talking about Nick Young. Swaggy P. The return of him would be incredible. The last time we saw Nick Young was in 2019 when he played for the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors, and ever since then, he has been missing from the NBA over the past 3 seasons. He has played in the NBA for 12 seasons, got drafted in 2007, and is known in the NBA on being one of the better 6-man scorers, a 3-point shooter in general, but overall simply being a high-energy spark plug. As of right now, Nick Young is playing for the Big 3 League, and for what he says, he's very vocal and wanting to come back. And right now, with so many NBA players returning on a 10-day contract, Nick Young is being very vocal on saying he's super interested. He's 36 years old, I would say out of his prime, but with Nick Young being a fan favorite, we would love to see him come back. Next up, we're going to be talking about Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley, former NBA player and of course a very respected vet that brings an all-around presence at the small forward, power forward position, or if anything, a small ball lineup. A tweet came out on Christmas morning of somebody asking Michael Beasley, what percentage of the NBA are you still better than? Let's hear a number. And Michael Beasley actually tweeted back saying a modest 99.9%, hinting that right now, with so many NBA players returning, he's better than all of them. There are rumors right now that Malik Beasley could be returning to the NBA to play for the Timberwolves. And with the Wolves just previously signing Greg Monroe, Michael Beasley could be next. The last time we saw Michael Beasley was in 2019 when he played for the Los Angeles Lakers, averaged about 7 points off the bench, but he's known for his best careers in Minnesota in 2011 when he averaged about 19 points per game. And I do believe a return to Mini would be incredible for Michael Beasley to kind of rejuvenate his career, as he's been staying in shape. Michael Beasley right now is only 32 years old, so he still has a lot to give in the NBA, a lot left in his tank. And with him being very vocal saying he wants to play basketball, and being a former number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft in 2008, Michael Beasley is going to make a return. I believe he's one of the more likely players to do so. And the last player I got on this list is Monte Ellis, former Golden State Warriors and of course fan favorite, a 12-year NBA vet that this summer he was very vocal and saying he wants to make a return to the NBA. Monte Ellis said this in the summer, "I believe I still have a lot in my tank. I can still play 5 years." Monte Ellis was the 40th overall pick in the 2005 NBA draft and currently holds career averages of 18 points per game, 5 assists, shooting 45% from the field goal and 31% from the 3-point line. Monte Ellis says this, "My main thing is just bring me in and give me a look. Like, you can make the decision on me. I just want a shot. I ain't asking for a contract to get 5 million, 10 million, or even 1 million. All I'm asking is give me a look. That's all, and let my game speak for itself. I just want an opportunity, a workout. That's not the end of the world. That's not gonna hurt anybody." During this past offseason, Monte Ellis actually had multiple workouts with the Lakers, the Warriors, the Dallas Mavericks. And with so many NBA teams giving chances to players they had worked out in the offseason, Monte Ellis could be next for these teams that he ended up working out with. Monte Ellis, when watching his practices, I do believe he has a lot to give. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today talking about former NBA players that could be making a return. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Which of these players do you want to see the most? And is there any other players that I missed that you believe has a good chance on coming back? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Whoa!